everyone to the Ca' Foscari Short Film Festival here in the beautiful city of Venice. I am Clara.
And I'm Valentina.
And we are here with Hizuto, a director, producer, and screenwriter from Mexico, who participates in the international short film competition with his short film Bungee al Más Allá, Bungee to the Beyond. We are honored to have you here, and we would like to ask you a few questions.
Okay, so we know that you work in other artistic fields, right, such as writing.
Yes.
And you talk about grief in your short movie. So we would like to ask you, have you ever explored this topic in the past or in other ways? And why did you choose cinematography to tell this story?
Well, in fact, my first school film was about, not so much about grief, but about death. It was kind of like The Seventh Seal, when a man who's fighting for his death in a conversation, fighting for his life in a conversation with the character of death. But I really didn't love the outcome of that short film, because I felt that it was too serious, too self-aware, and I didn't like it. I thought it was a little pretentious, honestly. So I guess the theme lingered in my mind. So when I got the idea for making Bungee to the Beyond, I kind of wanted to explore it, but from another side, from less serious side, but at the same time trying to be honest about it. And what was the second part of the...
Why did you choose cinematography to tell this story and not, for example, another form of art?
Okay, mainly because I wanted the audience to feel like they were another character in the film, like they were one of the friends, and also is the fact that it is a fake documentary, a mockumentary. So also the handheld camera helped to cement that feeling of being in a documentary.
Yeah, and talking about this, we said the topic of the short film is sorrow, is this kind of heavy and difficult and negative, but in your short film everything is faced with an ironic and almost absurd way, and precisely we wanted to ask if the cinematographic techniques used, such as the documentary style and more informal shooting, helped you convey this feeling of irony.
Yes, because it's different, as if you're saying it's purely fiction, because it can read as just silly, but the fact that it is presented as a documentary, it makes it, the characters are serious about themselves, and I think that's what makes it sort of funny, absurd, because we as spectators know that this isn't serious, this isn't normal, but the characters are very serious about what they're doing, about what they want. And I think that kind of disconnection between audience and characters help to elevate the absurdity of the premise.
So now talking about cinema in general, how was your experience as a screenwriter, producer and director in Mexico?
In this film or in general?
In general.
Well, it's kind of hard because we have an industry that is like kind of big, but in the side of independent cinema, of kind of art house cinema, there's not many support, especially the last few years. They've been cutting state funds for independent cinema, so it's hard, and also I think it's kind of a niche environment. It's hard to get in. in that circle, and so it's a challenge, but I find it inspiring because it moves me to try to see what I can do with my own resources. So yes, I kind of lean a lot more into the independent side of things, and I think I start thinking as like a producer since the writing process, because I like in the back of my mind I'm aware of what I can do and what I cannot do with the resources I have, and it's a good challenge, you know, because it forces you to think what you really want to tell and how you really want to tell it.
Yeah. So to conclude this interview, we wanted to satisfy a curiosity of ours that probably all the people watching your short film have. Why did you choose specifically bungee jumping as the activity and not any other activity?
Well, it was it is a silly anecdote, because one day the actors are also my friends, and one day we were out, we were having some drinks and we were talking, and Emma, the person in real life, was telling us that his greatest dream, he always wanted to jump from a bungee or from a airplane, but he's terrified of heights, and it's kind of the origin of the premise that I thought it would be funny that since you're terrified of heights, the only way you could fulfill your desire is until you're dead, and you convince us to take your dead body to the bungee, and that was it. It was just like a silly.
Yeah, so it was real life event that you transposed to the cinema?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being with us, and good luck further.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.